All right, folks, welcome back. Before we get to the panel, just a couple of interesting bits of information about the spaceship failure, the crash of Spaceship Two. It was intended to take passengers on a 2.5-hour flight eventually, as early as in 2015. More than 700 passengers from 58 countries have so far booked a flight at $250,000 per. The altitude would go 360,000 feet. That's 60 plus miles into subspace. They would have 4 to 5 minutes of a non-gravity experience. And just amazing. And as Roger Hedgecock, who rejoins us, host of the syndicated radio show, The Roger Hedgecock Show, who joins us along with Christy Setzer, who is the president of New Heights Communications, said just the entrepreneurism there, amazing. But I do want to shift focus to our interview with Lanny Davis just a little while ago. And Christy, let me ask you, Lanny Davis believes that the White House should fire the person who made the remark calling Benjamin Netanyahu chicken blank. You agree?
Sure. I mean, it makes the administration look bad. It gives them something that they need to explain. I don't think this is a moment where they actually need to be taking on more issues and things that they need to explain. So, yeah, sure, I support that.
All right, and I know, Roger, you do, but it's interesting. The White House and the State Department have both said they're not trying to find out who said it. I believe they know, but they're saying they're not looking for who said it.
Well, I think everybody knows, and her name is Valerie. And the point about this is that we have not only dissed our only reliable ally in the area, but we've made fun of Netanyahu on a manhood issue. Can you imagine Barack Obama making fun of somebody else on a manhood issue, whether or not he was chicken blank to attack the Iranians? Of course it is. They're telling him Netanyahu will not attack Iran. He's too chicken to do it. I mean, that kind of stuff is not only barnyard incorrect, it's playground incorrect. Is this an elementary school teacher that we're talking about here? What in the world is going on in this administration? It's completely a flop.
Yeah,
but Mahmoud Abbas.
Yeah, I was going to
Christy,
say
Mahmoud Abbas is a great hero, is a great peacemaker and a great man for peace. And Benjamin Netanyahu, who served his country and was a war hero, an injured war hero, by the way. The guy in the White House who the most war he ever saw was on the golf course. Me too, by the way. Just for the record, he calls him chicken blank, or they call him chicken blank.
Right. Well, let's be clear. It wasn't President Obama who said this, right? And as I said, the issue really is not, I think, where you fall on whether you think Netanyahu is a good guy or not, or what you think of his policies. It's the fact that this is sort of a diplomatic error, that they shouldn't have said it out loud, and they should have been smarter, than to do that. So I think that's more the issue, rather than the actual.
Right, now, Roger, Lonnie made a prediction that the 300 and something bills that have never been brought to the floor of the Senate by Harry Reid that the House passed will never be brought to the floor of the Senate, even if the Republicans take it, he said, because they're so radical that there's no way they only could pass the House because they knew they'd never be brought up in the Senate. Now, I can't speak for all 300 bills, but there are a ton of them strictly relating to jobs, relating to the Obamacare, related to so many things that the public really wants done that I just can't wait till they get to the floor of the Senate.
Well, that's exactly right. Let's take one of those, which is the Keystone XL pipeline. That passed the House. It's in the Senate. Harry Reid won't allow a vote because Democrats will vote for it too, and they'll override the president on this thing. There's going to be more than 60 votes in the Senate to build that pipeline. 20,000 good jobs, union jobs. There's 6 separate unions that are supporting this pipeline. This is a situation in which this is clearly one of those bills that creates jobs that can be done immediately, that our biggest ally, Canada, would be very supportive of. It's a win-win all the way around for everybody, including the American consumer, with cheaper gas prices. It should happen the first day those Republicans are in charge of the Senate.
And Chris, you're right. Roger's right. And there has been talk that would be the first bill within the first 48 hours that the Senate would pass. What do you think the president would do with it?
I think he'd be in a tough position. I mean, personally, I don't support the Keystone Pipeline, but I think the president has boxed himself into a position where he's tried to play it middle of the road, and so I'm really not sure what he would do there. But I want to sort of go back to the other issue. Yeah.
Yeah, we got 15 seconds. Go ahead.
In 15 seconds, I think that, look, this is where the rubber meets the road. The House has been putting forward a lot of extreme message type bills because they know that it's never actually going to be signed into law.
All right, so
Now,
you agree with Lonnie. I got to go, Kirsty. You agree with Lonnie. Christy Setzer, Roger Hedgecock, thank you. We're coming back.